Relax, Leo. I'm relaxed. Take a vacation. I'm on vacation.
Fire flaming marshmallows at the people in the next campsite.
I thought we agreed that McDonald's milk is horrific. Put pigeon doo-doo on your lips.
I was never dumb enough to actually taste it.
I was.
Oh, how nice it was of you folks to fall out of the rubber raft in the rapids and wash up ashore here in Studio B. Welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio. It's the only show that calculates prices incorrectly during 50% off sales. We want to welcome our listeners from Sweden, Brazil, and Chicago to today's show.
Dad, why did you put Chicago in there with all the other places?
It's a lot easier than saying Cheapskate, Virginia.
It's actually pronounced Chesapeake.
Oh, okay. In the studio, we've got the Three Musketeers here. I've got Joshua in the middle. What's going on in your world?
Well, I just launched my new power factory.
And what powers your factory?
Toasted monkey hair.
I hope that's shedded. And Elijah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just making some bows to fire flaming marshmallows at the people in the next campsite.
Ooh, that's always good to have flaming marshmallows against your tent. Josiah, how are you doing?
Dad, is that blue ceiling paint, or do we still have a hole in the ceiling?
That's a hole in the ceiling.
Oh, so that's why I see a jet flying by.
Yeah. Anyway, the topic of today's show is bad smells in the car. We'll be right back.
Lazy harp seal has no camera, not even a simple point and shoot. Foolishly, he sits there smiling, even though he has no...
When your kid rips holes in their pants at the playground, when your princess needs an outfit for that birthday party, when you come home from grandma's and can't find the other shoe for the baby, it's time to stop in at Once Upon a Child in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. This store is chock full of gently used clothes, toys, and shoes. You'll save so much money you can hide extra changes of clothes in PVC tubes out in the woods for the zombie apocalypse. Once Upon a Child, located next to Walmart in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Give them a visit before you see zombies at Grandma's birthday party.
Comedy.
Parenting.
Radio.
Okay, we're talking about rotten smells in the car, and we're the only car in the entire United States that has bad smells in it.
Yes, everyone else has black ice extra strength air fresheners in them.
Actually, they don't need black ice extra strength air fresheners in them. One of the worst smells in our car?
Rotten milk.
Yeah, and what I can't figure out about the rotten milk smell is the fact that you guys aren't even drinking milk in the car, are you?
No, but I think I know what it is.
What?
It's from when we spilt milk on the carpet, and it's still there because you're too cheap to go to get the carpet cleaned.
When were you drinking milk on the carpet?
You know what? I don't know.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery smell.
It's a mystery to everyone, even the person that spilt it.
You know, I think some people just walk out of the grocery store and they say, that car needs some milk on the carpet. So they reach in their grocery bag and they just pour maybe a quart of milk on our carpet while we're not there. Don't raise your eyebrows at me, son. You look like Groucho Marx over there.
For all we know, there's actually a donation fund to donate. You donate $5 worth of milk for the Bagley family's car carpet.
It's probably like a fundraiser, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will pay you $10 to put a gallon of milk on their carpet.
Except for they never ask us.
No. Anyway, that's probably the only way that we ever get milk spilled on our carpet.
Yeah, not people being careless with cups, no.
That couldn't possibly be the case. It couldn't be like the milk from McDonald's because nobody drinks that anymore, huh?
I do. Dad, I love it. I love it.
I thought we agreed that McDonald's milk is horrific.
McDonald's milk is awesome. Have you ever swished it around in your teeth and drunk it? It's awesome.
I did not need that imagery right now, thank you.
That's better with just regular milk.
Okay. What's another bad smell in our car?
Moldy cheese.
Could be moldy cheese. Occasion
Pretty much moldy anything.
moldy anything. I find stuff in the seats every now and then, or more likely, I think they also fall on the floor and get kicked underneath the front seat by your feet. So there are these things growing underneath the seats of my car that I have to wear rubber gloves when I clean out the car.
You actually have an entire mold farm back there. It's made out of stuff like moldy cheese, moldy bread, moldy socks, moldy brains.
A lot of chicken nuggets too.
Yes, and a lot of chicken nuggets. The chicken nuggets are like the fertilizer.
Actually, they're the half-eaten chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And they go down behind the seat.
And you never find them again.
You know, I've never looked underneath the rear seat of the car in the last 5 years. I'm afraid to open it up.
I actually looked down there and I found quite a few straws.
Well, what I do as far as the mold is concerned, it kind of grows up through the crack there in the back of your seat.
Yeah.
So I just take the weed eater into the car, just kind of chop down the mold, and then we're kind of good to load you guys up for the next trip.
Like I said, he has a mold farm.
Okay, it's Comedy Parenting Radio. We're talking about bad smells in the car. We got them. We'll be right back.
We got cowboy boots and camo pants. Yeah, we're just alike. Hey, ain't we, Dad? I wanna do everything you do. 'Cause I've been watching.
Norm Balone is a retailer. He doesn't use radio because...
Can't see things in radio.
So to show him that hearing is seeing, we blindfolded Norm and tied him to a chair in his living room.
What are you doing?
We're sawing a hole in your floor, Norm.
Listen, I know radio works. It's okay, really.
Now we're filling the hole with water.
I like radio, I do.
Now we're throwing alligators and sharks in the hole.
No, please, take off the blindfold.
So, Norm, still think you can't see things on radio?
Well, not like TV. All right, I can see.
A message from this station and the Radio Advertising Bureau.
Comedy Parenting Radio.
Waltzing Matilda, you'll come waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me.
Ew.
Ew.
Not such a good smell, was it?
No.
You know, one of the problems living up here in Colorado is there's a long, long winter, and you don't get to drive around with the windows open in the wintertime.
Yeah, because then you'd freeze to death.
Right. So whatever smell is in the car tends to...
Stay in the car.
Coagulate? Get thicker?
Yeah, no, it's kind of like, what smells in the car stays in the car.
The smell gets so thick that you can just cut it with a knife.
Forget cutting it with a knife. You can cut it with a piece of paper.
You can just eat the air. No, but we eat in the car, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot.
Why?
Because we're trying to get home and we don't have time to pull over and eat.
Because everywhere in the world is more than 5 miles from our house.
Yep.
Our mailbox is 2.5 miles from the house.
Yep.
The nearest grocery store is 30 miles from our house. Gasoline, 30 miles from our house. Church, 40 miles from our house. Work, 60 miles from our house. So we eat in the car.
The closest metro city is 160 miles from our house.
What's a metro city?
It's an actual city.
Like Denver.
Carbondale, Colorado really smells like skunks a lot in the springtime, doesn't it?
Really a lot. The weeds are starting to grow and all the skunks are coming out of their homes.
And you drive along and there are skunks on the road.
They're just lining the sides.
Waiting to spray us.
Yes, stinking it all up.
It really stinks in the car that way.
Yep.
Skunks just waiting on the sidewalk.
They're sadistic little creatures, you know.
Why do they have to get hit everywhere and smell up the whole highway?
Like I said, they're sadistic little creatures. They're almost as bad as armadillos.
Once that smell comes into the car, what are you going to do? Open the window and have an even bigger smell? What else smells in the car?
Your travel mates.
Ooh, yeah. And it's at close quarters, too, isn't it?
Yes, so every smell is magnified times 1,000. Not only bad smells, but perfume that might normally smell nice is unbearably toxic smelling.
You know, that's
in that close of quarters.
That's a good point, that even a good perfume can just kill you if you only have about 3 cubic feet to breathe in.
That stuff could be used as a flamethrower fluid.
Once again, Courtney, when you're gone, you get roasted on the show.
One good smell in the car, though, was my older sister Christina's lip chap. That smell like strawberries.
What's lip chap?
It's stuff you put on your lips to keep them from chapping.
I would think lip chap is what you put on to make them chap. Don't you mean chapstick?
Yes, chapstick, I guess.
Well, that's a brand name, so you can't say that on the air.
Oh snap! Am I gonna get you sued?
You know what? We're getting sue letters every day, so what we do is refer the one suit to the other, and we ask them just put it into one giant pile, and make it a class action suit, and we'll deal with that.
At any rate.
Anyway, Christina's lip chap.
Christina's lip chap, which smelled like strawberries.
And tasted like strawberry.
It did.
I don't know. I never had it. I was never dumb enough to actually taste it.
I actually ate half her stick, and she got pretty mad.
How did you survive? That stuff is toxic.
It's
I don't
not
know.
Toxic. It's made for little kids to eat.
It tasted...
You can put lip chap in bottles and give it to babies, probably.
I mean, why would it taste good if it wasn't meant for eating?
Yeah. You would think, the old remedy of, not getting chapped lips is to put pigeon doo-doo on your lips.
Right.
Boy, those were the days.
Did it work? Did it keep them from getting chapped?
No, but it kept you from licking your lips. Okay, coming up in the third segment of the show, we'll be talking about the main smell in the car. We'll be right back.
Speak up, because you can. Your mind is a powerful tool, and so is your freedom of speech. So use it. It's what separates you from being a number to being an individual. Thoughts, beliefs, opinions, creativity. It's what makes you, you. Stand proud and say it loud. Know your rights. Know your freedom to speak. This message is brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters, Education Foundation, and the Broadcast Education Association.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
No show about smells in the car would be complete without mentioning the atrocious, the abominable, stinky feet.
Sometimes we're just driving down the road and all of a sudden there's this overpowering smell and we all say, "Hey, did you just take your shoes off?" And the person said, "Yeah."
And we can see their feet as well, but they're trying to stick it underneath the seat.
But it doesn't do any good because the green mist just comes off of their socks and floats around in the car.
The green mist comes off and assaults our senses.
I call it the death mist coming from the back of the car up to the front.
No.
So I turn the fan on full blast. Occasionally we open our windows and then let the 30-degree air into the car, or the skunk smell. So then you have the skunk smell duking it out with the foot smell, duking it out with the bad milk smell, duking it out with the moldy cheese smell.
But then they all decide to join forces, and the driver passes out, and we all explode in a giant gaseous fireball.
And that's the way our trips go every week. You've been listening to Comedy Parenting Radio talking about
stinky smells
in the car. And I want to thank you guys for coming up here tonight.
You're welcome.
Woo, you're welcome.
And when you guys go, hey, who took off their shoes?
Not me.
I didn't.
Not I.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's very funny to me. Y'all ain't laughing though.